fat girl. And I can't run right now. My knees can't take that at the moment. I haven't been doing it, so they're a little on the weak side. Maybe try to get up to a fast walk. Oh, goodness. Good morning, guys. It's Monday, and this is basically the second week of January. I have an interview today at 11. I'm gonna try to get ready. I gotta go brush my teeth and my hair and everything, and it's really yellow in here because of the lights. I was gonna record against the bathroom wall because the light's much brighter in there, but my cats are eating, so all you would hear in the background is while I was talking, and I didn't want to drive y'all crazy. So I think for breakfast, yeah, I still have avocado left, the guacamole that I made yesterday. I didn't have all the stuff for regular guacamole that I usually make. Normally we will put Rotel. I don't like the canny taste of it, but whatever. I'd rather make that from scratch, like some sort of a pico de gallo or something, and then put it in there. But anyway, the way I made it was I used pepperoncinis, sliced them up real small so it's a little bite of a mildly tiny bit spicy, a little bit sour, crunch to it. A little bit of really finely minced onion. The smaller that you mince onion or cut it, the stronger the onion flavor, by the way. So if you mince it like slivers and then like have it tiny, it will disintegrate, but it'll have a strong onion flavor, so you can use less onion. That's a tip for in the future if you're ever doing some cooking. Larger pieces will give you more of a bite or almost a sweeter flavor, weirdly. But anyway, so I put a little bit of onion in there. Onion, smoked paprika. Normally we will put lemon and lime. A lot of times I will put the little squeeze bottle in there. And then I ran out of that, and I still had 2 limes. I wasn't sure if they were good. They were good. So I was like, yes, why did I not try these first? And then garlic powder, of course. Like, garlic is better, but for it to really affect that guacamole quicker, it's just quicker to use garlic powder or garlic paste. Let's see, we put all of that in there, and then you throw some other seasonings in there, but one of the ones that I want to try sometime is grapefruit, because basically any of your sours you can change out for other sours. It's any vinegar, citrus, anything that's extra sour. That's one of the ways I've done my coleslaws a few times, is instead of using lime juice or vinegar or any of those, I've actually used grapefruit juice before, and it's really good. That one I had mango in, and a few other things. Oh, I am yawning like crazy this morning. I bet you that you guys are probably gonna be yawning too. So I'm gonna make I've already made the guacamole, so I'm probably gonna use some of the rice that I used last night. I had cooked a big pot of beans with our Christmas ham, New Year's ham, whatever. The ham hock from it that I froze. I cooked a big pot of beans. Still have that left over, and they were slightly undercooked. So what I did yesterday morning for breakfast was I made a nice little Mexican inspired dish, just some tortilla with the beans on it. The beans I added a little extra, and then I put some taco sauce on the tortilla, and I use the Taco Bell taco sauce, the hot one. It's not very hot, but I had some sliced apples yesterday, so I'm thinking about I'm thinking about doing the same breakfast today or similar. And then like dinner last night, because we still had the beans left over, and you know, it gets old eating the same thing, and I made a lot of them, so there's not a lot of juice in it. What I did yesterday was I made etouffee with it. Well, etouffee inspired dish. I didn't have any shrimp or crawdads, of course. Used to go catch them as a kid. We'd find creeks and go down them and catch them. I'm so sorry about all the yawning, guys. I literally just woke up. I think I played like 5 minutes of games. But on the etouffee that I made, I did a slightly spicy rice. There again, I used pepperoncinis because I didn't want to crack open anything else, and a little bit of buffalo sauce. So slightly spicy rice. And then normally that's what cools down the etouffee for me. I love having rice with it, but I gotta have a generous amount because I can't handle a lot of spice, even though I'll get certain things spicy. Oh man, it's funny. Like, my spice tolerance is always doing this. Some days I have white girl spice tolerance, and other days I'm like, bring it on. Oh man. But I had on the beans, I went ahead and mushed those up and then added a little water, and then I added some gravy mix, beef gravies, to give it more of that base flavor that it needed. And then I just added several different things, a little bit of vinegar, a little bit of spices. I had to use tuna instead of, because I didn't have any of the correct flavored fish, and I didn't have any andouille sausage left to bring any of that kind of to it, so I was like, It was okay though. I mean, it was like a mild, more fragrant version of etouffee, or like a dish inspired by etouffee. So I was pretty happy with it, and luckily I didn't make very much of it. So if I get any information today, then I will immediately go on to the OU website and start whatever I need to do there. If I don't get a hold of, or the admissions letter, then I think what I might do is try to go ahead and call the housing part for the Cratley, I wish I knew how they were pronounced, the apartments there for the student housing. I want to ask them if I'm able to do to stay there year round, even if I'm not taking summer classes. It's frustrating because it's gonna be part of the factor on whether or not we sell our house. And like, I'm currently trying to keep our electric bill really low, so I have like a warmer heater, like the little plug-in electric ones, in my bedroom, and I've got a cloth. It's a coat. It's a light over jacket. I just threw it on the floor to cover the gap in the door, and that way our room stays warm. And then I've got the house set at 58. I might turn it down a tiny bit more. But yeah, otherwise, if we don't, we're going to end up with an electric bill that is probably $600 for this month because of it reaching this low of temperatures this early. So we can't afford that. And I'd rather just individually heat a couple of rooms. And even then, a lot of times I'll turn off the little room warmer and just have the blanket warmer on. It got a little warm in my room last night. I was kind of hot when I woke up, so I'm like worried about the electric bill even then. But it's better to heat small rooms if you're broke than an entire house. And this house has never had good insulation, especially the living room where I'm sitting at. Like, my legs are feeling a little cold. I'll probably have to go in there and warm them up in a little bit, crawl back in bed and have that warmer on my legs. But yeah, so like, I need a job. I hope they hire me today. Oh man. Yeah, no, if I find out the information that I'm hoping for today, then that'll give us a little extra on what we're wanting to do. And I don't know what our house will sell for with the condition it's in. It's 3-bedroom, 2 full bath, but one of those full baths is completely unusable at the moment because the floor is sank that far in where the toilet's at, so it's like it's sloped and it's not safe to go in there. So yeah, it is so scary and frustrating. And like, we have our bathroom door blocked with a bunch of chairs and stuff, and everything's piled over the top of that. Yeah, so I know we originally paid like $90,000 for it. And like with interest and all the other things that we would have paid over the years, it would have been $168,000 total. And then later, because we got it back in 2011, I stayed here literally January 7th was the first day that I stayed in this house. We didn't have any furniture yet, and I was literally on this corner of the living room. The doors over there are the corner of the living rooms here, and then like the rest of the house opens up that way. But I literally, because I was so happy and I wanted to stay here, first night, I had a whole bunch of blankets in there. Again, it was January, so it was cold, and there's no insulation on this wall, and I found out that I had a bunch of blankets and pillows, and I was just all crawled up, and my hubby slept over at our apartment to stay warm, and I was like, no, I just want to sleep over here just because I'm so excited. I just want to be the first person in the house. He's like, God dang it, Cindy, what the heck? But yeah, that's a memory I won't forget. I don't know what our house will sell for. I really don't. There was the leak that was in the kitchen that damaged the floor. There was the leak on the bathroom window. There's the roof. There's so much that's gone on with this house. Like my mother-in-law's bedroom, the roof over that, the doors, the laundry room, so much. So I know it's probably going to take them like 20 grand, 30 grand, maybe 35 grand to fix all of it. So also houses are a lot more expensive now than they were when we bought it back in 2011, and like it's paid off, so whatever we get from it will be profit to us. Well, not profit, but I mean like it'll be cash in our pocket. It'll be liquid assets. So if we sell it, I want to try to ask for what we got, you know, what we paid for it, you know, the $90,000. We actually paid like $110 with all the interest that we did pay, but we didn't have to pay the other $50 because we paid it off 19 years early. But I think if we sell it, I would like to ask for 90 to 100 for it, because it's only going to be 30, 40, maybe 45 grand to fix everything. And that includes tearing down the shed and replacing part of the fence back there in the back, where I had to tear down the rotted building that was like ancient. And that was really, really hella hard because of my back issues and Tommy not being able to help a whole bunch. I literally did most of it by myself. That was really, really hard on my back. We do have the pergola out there, but they would have to fix like the gravel under it and stuff, which, I mean, it'd be easy. It'd be like maybe $1 grand or $2 would make that look amazing with new plants and everything. So that would definitely upsell it. And then, like, basically a lot of foundational stuff has been started, but they just need to like finish off a few things. And I won't be taking the pergola with me, either one of them. They're like side by side, but I won't be taking either one of those with me. So there's so much that they can do to make it look amazing. And one of the best things about the house is that it's literally on the front corner of the property as far as it can go forward. And that pretty much means that the entire side yard and backyard are just open area, other than where I had made the pergola, so you have to mow around that. But there's so much that could be done to make it amazing, and there's room for a new building to be put in. It just needs foundation because the other was just sitting on top of dirt with a few rocks. It was built in the 40s, man. But the temporary shed that was supposed to be temporary, it's not safe to go in. But we're going to have to go in there and get rid of everything. And yeah, if we sell, we'll have to get rid of a lot of stuff, which I feel would be amazing. We will have to end up getting storage containers for some of it, because Tommy has a huge, huge collection. Please ignore that it's a little messy over there, but I'm trying not to show much mess. Anyway. So, yeah, he's got a lot of figures. There are so many of them. And he has more out there in the shed, but I won't let him go past those shelves because it's just too much. As it is, he's already taken over one extra one, and he did have figures up there by the earrings thing. It's my earrings rack where I put the earrings I make so I can sell them at the fairs and all the events and stuff that I go to. Oh man, there I go again. It's funny, usually whenever my husband would yawn, I go boop right in his mouth. He's like, "Stop that!" He gets so mad. It's hilarious. I would just go and touch his tongue, and he's like, "Ah!" Right in the middle of the yawn. I was like, "I stopped you from yawning." He's like, "Don't do that." I'm a douche. Anyway, oh man. Yeah, if I can get like $100,000 off the house, I know that's going to affect me for one of the years of help that I can get for college. But I'll just have to take student loans anyway. So, I mean, I have to keep that as an emergency fund. There's no way around it. I'll have to pay taxes on it, so that's like 10% off. And then I will have to take closing costs. I'm going to have the buyer do. But like, minimum, I'm okay with getting 50 to 60 grand for the house. But I want to ask for what we had put into it. But I do know that housing is dropping again, like at the point of recording this video. But like, there's a lot of good things around our house that is part of the value of it. So like, literally there's no houses on our block, even though like the blocks around us have houses. There's like a park next door with fire hydrant. There is a church on our lot, which our block, that's catty corner behind us, but it's like far enough back. And there's like there is one house, but it looks like it's part of the church. And everybody minds their business here. It's really nice. And then they're like literally one street over, like there's a street next to our house. One street over is Main Street, and then the train and stuff, but there's a little gas station there, plus a fire department, like very close to us. And then over that direction, we have a small kindergarten school. I love this neighborhood. I love how quiet it's been. People mind their business. I'm upset with the condition of our house. Our house is the one bringing the neighborhood value down. But if we sold it, it wouldn't be too hard to fix, because, you know, most of the time they do that as crews. And I'm pretty sure we could at least squeeze $80,000, but I'd like what we put into it out. So that would, I was doing the math, like I wouldn't have to spend that on rent every month, which it would go kind of quickly if I did that. Instead, it would stay in savings. Tommy would not be allowed to touch it. I might be able to get a $5,000 car out of it, $6,000, whatever, something cheap that's old. Definitely Nissan, because they're reliable, and hopefully something with a lot less miles. Anyway, I will probably end up using a small bit of it to get a car, but during the summers, if we have to move anyway and sell this place, and then we have to move during the summers, then we would at least be able to continue renting. And if nothing else, if they let us stay there, even without it being covered by student loans, if they let us stay there year round, but we just have to pay the rent out of our money and no scholarship or help money or whatever, then I could just use that for those 3 or 4 months. So probably roughly $1,800 a month, which that's expensive as hell, but I mean, is what it is. But yeah, no, it's like 5 or 6, maybe $7,000 a year for 5 years would be $35,000. And that's not including Tommy having an income. Plus we wouldn't have the bills from this place. I think the electric is included in on that, with all the utilities and the internet and stuff. So it should be a little bit, I mean, almost the same as what we're paying here, maybe just slightly more. So, I mean, honestly, plus any savings that I get ahead of time, as long as we budget and like actually stick to a damn budget. Sorry, I had to adjust my legs going numb because how I was sitting, or my foot, I mean. But yeah, no, if we get everything kind of figured out and budgeted, and then stick to that budget, then it should last the entire time, and then we might have a little bit left over or most of it left over. So I definitely don't want to go on some crazy spending spree. We did a little bit of that whenever I had paid off the house, but of course I didn't foresee us, no longer working there, because I didn't foresee what was going on at work escalating the way it had after I was assaulted. So, leaving for FMLA, trying to go back, and then hearing them actively trying to set me up or cause me bodily harm or whatever it was they were trying to do, because the wording was, my husband overheard it, the wording was between 3 people. When she comes in next week, when she comes back, we're gonna get her. And then he'll be easy. We can get him right after. That's what he overheard. And that pretty much did me in. So I couldn't go back. I had to resign because I didn't feel safe. So, that still haunts me quite a bit. Like, I still have the urge to try to go back, but every time I think about that, I'm like, no, because they'll just finish whatever they were planning. And it just basically takes a major option off the table. Like, literally, the position that I had requested, and I know this is completely off topic for what I was talking about, but the position that I had requested was usually reserved for people that had illnesses or were not doing 100%. And when I found out from my doctor that I have an enlarged pituitary and it might be cancerous, when it hit me hard. I was starting to feel suicidal. I kind of had it under control. It was just something I normally go through whenever it's extremes and burnout and everything. And they were working with me until they weren't. And once it got out to my coworkers, I found out real fast that I didn't matter to any of them. There was a lot that happened. So, sorry this got dark. It still hurts because, like you work hard to try to be part of a team and to help people, and then you find out how little you mean to them and how much they resent you. It was so stupid because, like, other people can do things intentionally and get a slap on the wrist, or just everybody laugh and be like, haha, it's just that person. And then, like, I would always try so hard to follow every single rule and do everything right. And the one time that I try to do something for myself to make myself feel better is the moment that I stand out and everybody's like, oh my God. And then, yeah, it sucks. I shouldn't have tried so hard to try to look after my health, if I'd wanted to stay there anyway. Moving on from the really, really dark stuff. I do not know why I go into that every now and then. It's just like, it goes through rounds. The house, if we get that sold, we will have to get rid of a lot of things. But luckily, like, that's one thing I gotta do today is try to get rid of some more cats. We have too many. I'm gonna try to take a couple of them up there to the shelter. They should be open today because it's no longer the first of the year. It's no longer a holiday. But I guess happy Monday. Or whatever day it is now, that whenever this is released. I will come back with updates on another video. If y'all want to get any freebies, like the 2025 bingo challenges thing that you can fill out for the year and try to, like, get a bingo before I do, then go ahead and go to that link that I've got on all my videos and in my description on my channel, and you'll find it there. It's like it'll take you to a Google Drive spreadsheet, and it'll be on the it's built kind of like a website. There's like some buttons on the tab, but it's on that home page of it, and there's like a couple of little things that say 2025 Ginkgo Challenge. One's a PDF, and then one is a digital version that is in a spreadsheet, so you can make a copy of it and do that one for yourself if you want. But so far, I think I've already, I got one of mine already done, and that was start my doctor vlogs. So I got to knock one off just because I'm doing these, and it was really awesome. But I'm gonna go ahead and go because I gotta get ready, and you guys have an awesome day. Bye.